wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Set, hut. 15 on it. 15 on it. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hayward. 45's the mark. In your face.
Murray now on first down. Going underneath. It's Coleman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the 49er first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm coming.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Jim.
Hut. Exit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Play action. Now it's Murray. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Does the big boy have the juice? The 30. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Niners take over.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Murray, and this is incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Showing it. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Any weapon. 45, 45, 41, 45. Here ready, go. Here we go.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike
66. Bullet. Ha. Rebound. Shit.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
At 58 is the mic. Well, 58 is the mic. What? 58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Here's Murray from midfield. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
36. Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
Taken down by Kyle Fuller. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 25-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On second down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
A gain of 14. And the 49ers first down.
Ready! Get the flag! Mike, 45. Watch the flag! Watch the flag! Watch the flag! Great show! Drive on! Cut up!
Check Mike 45.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Open man is Samuel, complete. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys! Bring it up!
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready! 6, Mike, 56. Let's get the ball. Check nickel.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Down! 6, 10, touchdown! Right there, 56. Deep. Check 99! Check 99!
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Set, hut! 15-90, 56. Watch the slant.
Bridgewater on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready, 56. Mike's 56. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. Open man is Trey Burton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 31. First down, a run with Cohen, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Bridgewater to throw it. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays. And
he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
49ers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Time to the tailback. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
3rd down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Murray, intended for George Kittle, incomplete. 3 and out.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Pulled in at the 24. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go. Go to base. Zoom, zoom.
In your face.
2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's check up.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready? 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Come off the ball hard.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Ready? She's sitting flat. 56. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Switch.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
That's what I'm talking
Well, he gets
about.
attended to. We'll step aside. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab back there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Murray. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and 14. Murray completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Check safety, check safety. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On second and goal, Murray. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 58, 58, Mike. What? Go. 58, right over there, Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58. Get him on. West. Man out. Check 9. Hey, watch it. Ready. Shut up.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Harris. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, Bridgewater. The catch made by Miller. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 6 guys.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know you feel that.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's got Burton here. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. to the air on second down. It's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Ford.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Throwing on second down, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Bridgewater. Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
4th and 1.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Deuce. Any weapon.
So that'll back him up 5. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10.
Check 3.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check. Fresno.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Yup,
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Murray. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First down, San Francisco.
Murray now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Come on. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
45 the mic. Last second. I got him.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
They can't hang with the
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Safe.
On 1st down, Harris. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 61. Max box. Right. 56. Mike.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Got it. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. I got one. Switch.
They'll run again with Harris. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike 56.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Bridgewater. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
It's a 5-yard game, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Set. 70 ending. 59. Mike the 59. It's been a long day for you.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
I'm coming back.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Murray now. Open man is Samuel, complete. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Murray on third down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
45 is the mic. I got it.
45, 45. Mike, 45.
I got you, son.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
I'm coming. Check 45 to Mike. Check. Orbit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Oh.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Mike 56. What's the curl? Check.
On first down, Harris. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Murray looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him.
Oh, yeah! On the ready.
45, Mike, 45. We got to step it up.
Here's Murray from midfield. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. I'm coming, baby. Hut. 45 to Mike.
Yeah.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. He finds Coleman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Lucky. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right, if it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Chicago, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.